Ladies and gentlemen, right now we have here for you the master of duplication. He's originally from Germany, but thanks to network marketing, he's living in Dubai for the last couple of years. He's a mentor to many, so make yourself ready for Daniel Fire!
When I got to know network marketing, I was 18 years old. And for me, it was the stuff that dreams are made of. You see, growing up, we didn't really have much. My parents haven't been coming from a rich background. There was no entrepreneurs around me. The number one question that I grew up with was, how much does it cost? And no, we can't do this. And always constantly being presented to limitations and a certain small way of life led me to the scenario that I started to dream of breaking out, of being successful, of living an independent life. I remember I used to love airports. I still do, but I used to love and adore airports because if you go to the airport and you look at the screen and you see all those amazing cities, and I was always wondering, who are those people that can just say, you know what? Why not having breakfast in Paris tomorrow morning? Or how about taking my friends and flying to South Africa? That type of a lifestyle, that type of an independence, of a freedom, that is what I desired in my heart. And then imagine little, old, or young 18-year-old me seeing this amazing opportunity that you all know about, seeing words such as duplication and the idea and the possibility of building a team that will ultimately outgrow your own work efforts and will provide you with an unlimited income opportunity. I was so amazed and so excited that honestly, I was afraid that I was dreaming. And I couldn't understand how no one had ever talked to me about this opportunity before. And I was super excited and super hyped up when I got started. And I thought next week, I'm going to enroll 100 people and I'm going to crush it. And well, I ended up crushing it. Ultimately, here I am today with an organization of more than 1 million distributors in more than 120 countries, but it hasn't always been that way. In fact, the very first hurdles were to overcome rejection, were to overcome people making fun of me, people not believing in network marketing, people saying, oh, it's a scam, it's a pyramid scheme, it's not gonna work, people belittling me, saying, oh, grow up and do a big man's job, or when you get older, you're gonna know that these things don't work and all that. And ultimately, I fought myself through the initial obstacles. I remember selling a lot of products in the beginning because I was not able to find anybody that would join my business. People wouldn't believe me because I didn't have that credibility of being a business owner now or helping people how to make money. But I love the products. So I focused on the products and getting people an experience and results from the products, and I started to make a couple of $100s. Now, moving forward through the years, I eventually managed to build a team. I mean, obviously, I believe everything that you do repetitively, you're just gonna get better at it. And I was hungry, and I was teachable, and I was coachable. So I went to all the events, all the seminars. I took all the notes. I asked all the questions. I think I was that annoying kid, annoying the speaker after every part. Hey, tell me the secret. Like, what's the secret? Like, how do you do this? And all. And ultimately, I figured out how to build a team. But then I reached a plateau. And that is my topic for today. I want to give you a tool, a specific method that I have used to break through plateaus and really tap into that exponential growth. So I want to give you my 3 keys for radical duplication by using a 90-day run. So we're going to talk about how to implement a 90-day run, what it is that I've done, what I believe are the key components in order to make it happen, in order to break through your business. Because I know a lot of you out there, you have true believerism just like me. I mean, we believe in this business. We love this business. We know what's possible, and yet we're struggling. And I've been there. I remember a time in my business, I reached about $5,000, $6,000 a month, and I was working and I was recruiting and I was doing the things. I felt like I was doing everything that's required in order to build success. I would recruit new frontlines every month. I would teach them. I would train them. I would support with events and webinars and trainings. And yet, over a period of almost 16 months, I wasn't growing. I just couldn't get my volume to grow on a consistent basis. It would go up a little bit and back down. It would go up a little bit and back down. And maybe you've been there. Plateau. Stuck. And there is nothing worse for us as entrepreneurs that we're hungry, that we want to grow, than being stuck in a plateau, because ultimately it made me feel helpless. It made me feel like possibly I'm not good enough, and self-doubt started to creep, and everything changed when I learned about the 90-day game plan. And let me introduce the topic in the following way. I know that there's this discussion out there about network marketing. What is it? Is it a marathon or is it a sprint? Now, in my opinion, after having vast experience in this business for 17 years at this point, it is both. It is a marathon. You need that consistency. You need to put in these 10,000 hours to master the craft in the profession of network marketing, yet you will never get to the top without sprinting once in a while. You need these short-term blasts, these 90-day runs, these condensed period of times with incredible energy in order to break through limitations and also to open up the belief for your organization to see what is possible with this unbelievable and scalable business of network marketing. So now, let's jump right in. I hope you have something to write this down. This is important stuff. The 3 keys to radical duplication by using the 90-day game plan. And I'm going to give you the 3 key components in order to make that happen. Now, first one is 100%. Write down 100%. Now, what do I mean by that? A lot of people give a lot of effort to the network marketing business. And that's great and that's respectable. But I once was faced with that question, Damien, how important is this business to you, really? And I was thinking about this question, and my answer was, it's very important. It's like right under oxygen. I really want to make it happen. Like it's everything and more, and maybe you feel the same way. And then somebody asked me, all right, so here's my question. Have you ever, for a consistent period of 2 or 3 months, given it a true 100% effort? Now listen to me closely. I'm talking about 100% efforts, not 99%, not 95%, not 92%, because I believe we all have done that. But you know what is the difference between 99% and 100%? It's not 1%. It's 100% a different story. It's all out massive action. It is to prepare your family that the next 90 days you're here, but you're not here. It's to tell people that you have an important project for your business that means the world to you and that you need their support by giving you that space, by giving you that freedom. Assure them that you love them, but you have to have 100% distraction-free 90 days in order to put in 100%. And when I took that decision, just because, honestly, I was curious. I was curious to see what would happen if I would do it just once. I mean, those next 90 days, they're just gonna fly by anyways. And I don't know what's harder, to just keep staying stuck or to be ready to go all in 100%. And when I took that decision, I found myself in a spot where I realized taking a decision to give it 100% effort and energy and focus, it isn't a one-time decision. It's a daily decision. It's a decision you have to take multiple times during the day, because it's not just that you do it 100%, it is how you do it. It's the way I'm talking to you right now, and I hope you can feel that I'm putting 100% focus, 100% energy. I'm not distracted. I'm not thinking about other things. I'm not doing multiple things at the same time. No, I'm fully here, I'm fully present, and I'm doing what I'm doing 100%. So this is key component number 1 to a massive breakthrough run, is for you to push yourself beyond those limits and to put 100% energy. And let me tell you how that looks like. Like, for example, one of the tools that I love to use, and a lot of network marketers all over Europe use, is voice messages, right? Voice messages on WhatsApp, on social media, Messenger. And when you, for example, put a list together of prospects, right? And you, let's say, have 100 people that you want to talk to. And to kick off that run, you might go in there and you might just send personalized, individualized invitations or messages that are empowering to 100 people. And you do it, each and every single one of them, with 100% energy and effort. I'm telling you, that's going to take you 3 to 3.5 hours. That's what it took me. And I was broken after that. Like, I couldn't anymore. I was sweating. I was running around. Like, my Apple Watch already gave me my exercise ring fully completed after just doing that. And then I realized, wow, I got up early in the morning. I started work at 8 a.m. It was just 11:30 in the morning. I felt like, wow, now I need a break. And then I realized, hold on a minute. That was just 3.5 hours of the first day where I committed to put 100%, which for me meant at least 16 hours of the first day of 90 days. And that's when I realized that's why no one's doing it. Because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of effort. And I found that a lot of people talk about 16-hour days and how they did it once or never, but no one has ever done them in a row. Nobody has ever done them really consistently, because that requires a massive amount of energy. And it is an experience that I would love for you to have. Honestly, for me, the best way to describe it, I felt like a pro athlete, because it's an actual conscious, physical, radical decision to put in 100% focus, 100% energy, distraction-free. Key component number 1, 100%. Key component number 2 is only productive activities allowed. Write this down. Only productive activities allowed. Now, what do I mean by that? Every single thing that you can do just to get busy, toss it out the window. It's not the time to create a new design for your website. It's not the time to think about a new team name. It's not even the time for personal development. Even though those are all great things in network marketing, it's not the time in your 90-day run, in your 30-day blast, to do these activities. Only productive activities allowed. What does it mean? I define that by the fact of, will this activity directly or indirectly potentially lead me to more volume, more results, more sales, more growth in my team? If the answer is yes, perfect. Focus on it. If the answer is no, it has to wait. All right? Now also, what's very, very important is that everything that comes in terms of distractions, and we talked about it in the 100% concept already, but also here, it is so easy to distract yourself. It is so easy to do things that are not productive, and it's not allowed. Cut it out, toss it out, put it in 90 days. I went so far that I told people, I said, look, if you're contacting me for the business, expect my call back very, very shortly. If it is about anything else, please understand I'm in a very important project for my business right now, and I'm going to get back to you in March, right? It sounds radical, but it is exactly the type of feeling, the type of experience I want you to have and I want you to focus on. And it's incredible because most of the activities that are in fact productive have to do with talking to people. So I ultimately realized I can just have my phone consistently stuck in the charger, because if not, I would empty my battery before lunchtime. And that's when you know you're on the right track. Third key component, be resourceful. Write it down. Be resourceful. This is a big one, guys. Tony Robbins talks and teaches about this for many, many years. He once asked a crowd of very successful people, think about something that you failed at. And now let me know, why did you fail? Scream it in. And people said, oh, I didn't have enough time. Another guy said, I didn't have enough money. I didn't have enough skills. I didn't have enough contacts. And Tony listened to all those things and he said, you're all wrong. That's not why you failed. And they were shocked. And then he explained what he meant. He said, you're throwing at me resources, not enough time, not enough money, not enough contacts. But it's not about the lack of resource that you haven't achieved your goal. It's about your lack of resourcefulness to overcome these obstacles. So if you don't have the right contacts, go get them. If you don't have the money, go get it. If you don't have enough time, work harder and more productive. It's the leader's responsibility to resolve upcoming challenges. And that is the very definition of achievement. So you want to stay resourceful. Now, I want to give you a tool that you might remember from school, which is called brainstorming, which helped me tremendously with this, to keep my mind open. You know, they say the mind works like a parachute. only if it's open. And that's exactly the question that it's leading with. What else can I do that will produce results? And I used my phone and I put 3-minute timer on it and let it, go down with a countdown. And I just started to have those ideas flow. What is it I can do? What is it I can do? And I wrote down all the ideas that I had in order to produce volume. And when the time was up, then I looked at those ideas. I tossed out those that are bad. I prioritized the best ones to the top. And then I didn't think about it twice. I just started to get to work. And if you are in a position where your mind is closed, and I'm going to give you an example about this, and you've seen this before. People talk to you and they say something like, do you know what I can do? Like, I don't know how to advance. I've done everything. Guys, honestly, I hate that. When somebody comes to me, and I got great friends in the business, they're with me for years, and sometimes we have those conversations, and they come up to me and they say, I've done everything. Don't you have any idea on what it is I can do? In this moment, if I hear this energy, and then if I hear the words coming out of his mouth, like, I've tried everything, I've talked to everyone. Do you know these? Here's my question. Have they really tried everything? Have they really talked to everyone? No, they don't, but they think they did, and therefore they're closing their mind for the possibility, and that is when they stop themselves, and there's nothing in the world that I can do or say to help them be successful if they not first understand that their mind needs to be open. The main leading question must be, what else can I do? What else is possible? What is a solution to create more result, more volume, and to keep you in that state? Be resourceful, stay resourceful, and keep those ideas flowing. So the 3 key components: 100% energy, commitment, and focus for a consistent period of time. Component number 2, only productive activities allowed. Toss everything else. Focus on what will produce result. Key component number 3, stay resourceful and let those ideas flow. And don't think about it twice. Just go and execute. Don't forget, if you are in a run, you have all the time in the world, because building the business is the only thing you do. So don't worry about whether this idea is better or that idea is better. Just do both of them. I realized that whatever line comes up that I could go, whatever idea that I have, I'll just execute one after the other. Because if it's one thing I have, it's time in order to build the business. Now, before I tell you what happened in my life because of the 90-day run, I want you to take a decision. I want you to take a decision on whether, yes or no, it is way past due time for you to make a stand for your network marketing business. Because I think that it is very hard to crawl through network marketing. It is very hard of people looking at you and saying, are you still doing this network marketing thing? It's very hard to have your spouse belittle you. It's very hard to have your friends making fun of you, but it is unbelievable if you break through. It is unbelievable if you finally step up to that potential that you truly have. And a lot of you know it, that you have been selling yourself under potential. And this is the moment, your moment, where you take a stand, and you might even want to stand up right now and really close your eyes and think about this for a second. What will it ultimately cost me to not step up, to not allow myself to put full potential, full power in my business, at least for a consistent period of time? What will I miss out on? Which experience will I never have? Who are the people that I love that I'll never be able to help or inspire if I don't step up today? And that's why I'm here right now, making this training for you, because I have that dream inside myself that you can take a decision like that. That you can, just like me, at some point get to the point of where you say, if it is to be, it's up to me, and now is the time, and I'm going to make it happen. Don't be afraid of not having enough information. Don't be afraid of not knowing exactly what to do. You know what to do. It's a simple business. Talk to people. Duplicate the process. Talk about the product, the service. Talk about the opportunity. Get people excited. Bring in that energy and make it happen. See, me, when I was stuck on that plateau, which I talked to you about in the beginning, I was about $5,000 to $6,000 in income. And for 16 months, I recruited and I worked and I did the job and I couldn't change it. And then I took the decision to do a 90-day run. Without any preparation, without anything, I pushed that big red button right in front of me and I escalated. My plan was exactly what I told you. I'm going to put 100% every single day. I'm going to focus only on productive activity, and I'm going to stay resourceful. I'm going to have conversations nonstop for 16 hours a day. And I'm going to build this business no matter what. And I was able, because of this, to explode my income, to jump multiple ranks in my business. In only 55 days, that was in the end the time my run really lasted, and my income went from $5,000 to $6,000 to over $100,000 for the first time in my life. I'd never seen that amount of money. I went to the company convention after having done that, and I was afraid of telling my story because even myself, I couldn't believe what I had done. It sounded like myself, I'm not telling the truth because the result was so outrageous. It was so big that it seemed hard to believe. And I was shaking when I shared the results of this 90-day run. And guys, I want you to experience this once, to experience the power you have, because after I did this once, I was able multiple times over the course of my career to pull out that tool of a massive condensive action in a short period of time in order to break through plateaus, in order to break through limitations in my business. Now, at this point, my business has gotten bigger and bigger and bigger, multiple times bigger than that very best 55-day period. Now it became as standard and far beyond that. And this is something that I want you to listen to and to encourage to and to envision. Network marketing is an unlimited potential. The only limit that you set yourself to is the limit in your brain, in your mind. And it's time to take a radical decision to break through those limits. So I hope this story inspired you and you're going to take massive radical action. My passion is to live my dreams and help others to do the same thing. And I hope I was able to do that for you today. Thank you very much. And I can't wait to hear your success stories.